As you step through, what's the first impression that you get? Are you indoors or outdoors?
I'm outdoors.
Mm-hmm. Tell me more. Look around you. What do you notice?
Pearl?
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Tell me what that means.
I think it's a pearl pathway.
Mm-hmm.
I might be in a ship.
All right. So I'd like for you to just notice the observer. What do you look like there?
I'm an orb.
Mm-hmm. Very good. So as an orb, you'll be able to move around very easily. I'd like for you to begin now looking around and tell me what this place is.
It is the mothership?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Tell me more about this mothership.
It looks metallic, but pearlized. It's somewhat iridescent. I don't really see any doorways, but they might self-seal.
What do you notice as you look around?
I'm alone in the hallway.
All right. So I'd like for you to go ahead and just keep moving through this ship, and let's go to the place where all of this very important stuff happens. What you need to see today. Describe what's around you as you go.
There's a bridge.
Mm-hmm.
It is like a command center.
Mm-hmm.
Hard to describe it. It's filled with light.
Is there anyone in there?
Yes, there's a tall being with I want to say it's Ashtar. Oh, it's Ashtar.
All right. So I'd like for you to connect mind to mind with Ashtar and ask Ashtar, why are you here today?
I called him.
Mm-hmm.
He's proud. Well, he says he's proud of me.
Mm-hmm. Tell me more.
He says he's sorry that he scared me back in 2017.
Mm-hmm.
He came in on a metallic. He calls it a click, and when I sat up in bed with my legs sparkling, and he told me I was getting in the way.
Mm-hmm.
But at that point in time, I was not sure who was communicating, and I got scared and got up and stayed up for a while.
Mm-hmm. So today you're back with Ashtar, and let's have a little talk with Ashtar to see what it is that Ashtar needs to communicate with you today. What is the information that Ashtar has for you today?
To not be scared.
Mm-hmm.
All is in divine order. We are here to help the human race, to help Gaia.
Mm-hmm.
We are in position. We hear your concern, and we know that you are lighting as much as possible, doing the global meditations and lighting the ley lines. Proud that you went to Peru to be with your brothers and sisters. Together you all light.
Ask Ashtar if they were with us in Peru.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. What is it that they were doing?
We are never far away. We are in another dimension. We are alliance with the earth. Again, we are not far.
Mm-hmm. So why is it that Donna needed to go there? What is it that she was learning?
She had to come out of her comfort zone. She pretty much stays isolated. This time of isolation is not a big deal for her.
Mm-hmm.
She is scared of people. She does not trust. Well, she does not trust men.
Mm-hmm.
And she is the observer in the human body. And she travels. She's a coder.
Mm-hmm.
She works in the hall of the library. She travels to different halls, to different sections, different timelines. She has seen past lives, walked in the mud, if you want to call it that.
Mm-hmm.
In the mud. In the mud.
So what is her connection with Ashtar?
We all work together.
Mm-hmm.
Her guides and her counsels. And some of these challenges that she went through were very, very difficult. We thought we'd lose her.
Mm-hmm.
Because cerebral challenge is very, very difficult, especially when you're going against one and the opus, the orchestration of pillaring of the light down into the crown and extending it out through down through all the chakras to the heart chakra, out through the elbows, the hands, down through the feet and into Earth Star, into the sun of the earth. It's very challenging, and she went through a lot of battles that I'm not going to say most, but cerebrally that not many have gone through.
Mm-hmm. Why is it that this soul chose this challenge?
She was ready for it.
Mm-hmm.
She's too old to be going through this. Let's just call it, okay, BS.
Mm-hmm.
She's too old. She doesn't have the stamina. But or everybody's old.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the physical body that she has. She just doesn't think that she can keep up, but she can keep up. She in Peru, she had a difficult time. What she called, like she was chasing the bus,
Mm-hmm.
and but she can do it. She was there to be pushed for her other boundaries, the physical boundaries, the heart boundary of connecting with people, which is when you're in isolation for as many years as she was, it's hard to reach out and tap into those. But I think she's coming along. I think she's still shy.
What was it necessary for her to do this at this time? What's happening to her and to her surroundings that she needs to connect again?
She's going outside again as observer, but also touching the human spirit of those that were with her, the warriors, the
Mm-hmm.
generals, the warriors,
Mm-hmm.
um, the water, the gold threads that she sees, that we see, that go global.
Mm-hmm. These gold threads that she sees, can you tell me a little bit more about them? What are these gold threads?
These gold threads are like fiber optics. They go to certain portals, vortexes that are around the earth that have great significance. There is healing to be done at each portal. Um, the raising of awareness, the vibration that goes down into the earth. You are all cleansing the earth as you go to these sites.
Mm-hmm.
All of the sites, everywhere where you walk, you are leaving a wave uh, that adds into these gold threads.
Mm-hmm. She had an experience where she did go to a place where she did want to heal, which is that plantation.
Yes.
Can you tell me what happened at that place?
Mm. Again, well, she was not correct. She was not correctly protected.
Mm-hmm.
But two, she was to experience that she was to raise the dead,
Mm-hmm.
72 souls, lighting, crossing them over, even talking to some. They're all journaled. But to release them, she had to challenge a soul, an entity named Hale. Hale of Huntington, who was steeped in evil, dark frequency of the earth, part of the cults or the catacombs under the crust of the earth. He is also part of the beast, known to Donna as Quabi.
Mm-hmm. Is he still affecting her?
No, she won.
Very good. So why does she continue to feel that choking?
Well, that is not part of that
Okay.
experience.
All right. All right. So let's go to that moment, please. I'd like for you to go ahead and allow her to begin to find that portal as this orb traveling through time. I'm going to count from 5 to 1. As this orb, this soul travels, we'll go back to the origin of this choking. 5. Going through time and space, beginning to feel in the throat that choking now. 4. Intensifying the feeling of choking. 3. Going back now, making it more intense. 2. Feeling the sensation of choking. And 1. Be there. I want you to feel your neck, feel your throat. What's happening? What is that sensation?
Cutting of the airway.
Mm-hmm. How old are you there?
17.
Mm-hmm. Are you male or female?
Female.
Mm-hmm. And I'd like for you to go ahead and see who it is who's cutting.
It's the madam.
As she is doing this, I want you to connect with all of the surrounding information about why she's doing this. Connect with her. Feel her. What is she saying?
She says that I stole from her client.
Mm-hmm.
She is just filled with hate.
Look into her eyes. Look into her eyes as she's saying this. Do you recognize those eyes in the lifetime of Donna?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Feel her soul.
It's dark.
Mm-hmm. I want you now to just feel that throat being cut. Just feel it. And tell me what happens to your soul. What is your soul feeling?
Crying.
Mm-hmm.
Not worthy.
Not worthy.
Cold.
Mm-hmm.
Naked.
So as you
Chained.
chain, and as you watch that body die, what is the body feeling?
Numbness.
Mm-hmm.
Tears roll down my cheek. In the last few minutes, I'm almost happy to be going.
Mm-hmm.
It's cold and it's kind of my eyes are filling in with gray,
Mm-hmm.
and now it's dark.
All right. And in that darkness, where have you put all of this numbness, all of this feeling of coldness, all of this gray? Where is that stuck?
It's in my throat.
Mm-hmm. So as you watch this happen, your soul, what does it feel to be separated like this?
I don't feel like I'm anything.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And as you look at this woman, what's the last thing you think?
I feel sorry for her.
Mm-hmm. As you feel sorry for this woman, have you made any vows?
Vows to the woman?
Mm-hmm. Vows about this situation? This feeling of disempowerment, of being not worthy.
I vowed never to be in that situation again.
Mm-hmm. Very good. So now that you are in spirit, can you see this woman and understand that this is not something that you would have allowed for
No.
your soul? Can you forgive this woman for not knowing any better? This is her way of
Yes.
setting you up. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd like for you to just remove from that throat that feeling of insecurity, of unworthiness, of numbness. This doesn't belong to you. This belongs to her, doesn't it?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I'd like for you to go ahead, take that from your throat and hand it to her. Just give it to her. It's not yours. This hate was not yours to put in there.
This is for Carla.
Mm-hmm. Very good. And now I'd like for you to see that body that's been split. And I'd like for you to go ahead and fill that space with light, sealing that space, filling it with love. And I'd like for you to just imagine a color that represents love for you. What would that be?
Pink.
Bring in that pink love and begin to seal that body of this young girl with light. And as you
Yeah.
do, feel how your throat feels now.
I think it needs some green emerald light.
Beautiful. Bring it in.
And some aquamarine light.
Mm-hmm.
And white light.
Beautiful.
White light. Diamond light.
Mm-hmm. And now, as this young girl who felt this grayness, this lifelessness, I'd like for you to go ahead and join together as one. Lift that young girl up and take her with you to the light.
Come with me, Eleanor Jane.
And as you go, tell me where it is that you take Eleanor Jane.
In my heart.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. How does that feel?
Feels good.
Feels good. Very good. Very good. So I'd like for you now to disconnect from that lifetime understanding that you no longer have to be put in that position. Do we need to have a vow that strong? Or do you now understand that you can choose?
She understands.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Very good. So I'd like for you to go ahead and cut the cords with that vow now. This doesn't need to come into the lifetime of Donna. Very good.
Well, I don't see you.
That's okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So I'd like for you to just take a deep breath in, and let's begin to go deeper now. We're going to go deeper now into that body. And I'd like for you to just begin to scan your body, going down into your stomach, down into that digestive tract. And I'd like for you to go ahead and see where the issue is, where this gas ball resides. Where is this? Where do you notice something different?
It's in the spleen.
All right. So I'd like for you to go deeper into that spleen, and let's identify what is in that ball. I'd like for you to just intensify that ball and see what emotions, what words, what comes out of that ball. Listen to it and repeat what comes out of it. What is it made out of? What's the first word that comes to mind?
It's a form.
Mm-hmm.
It's bubbly.
Keep going.
It's gelatinous.
Mm-hmm. What does this remind you of, this ball?
Poison.
Mm-hmm. So I'd like for you to go ahead and go deeper into that poison. And as you dive deeper into that poison, intensify it and feel that poison. Feel the poison getting stronger and stronger. As the poison gets stronger and stronger, you'll begin to feel your body and see your body, the one that has the poison. Make it stronger. How did this poison get there? What comes to your mind? Allow the story to unfold.
Poison drops.
Mm-hmm. Where were these poison drops put?
They were forcibly dropped into my husband's mouth.
Mm-hmm. Notice who's putting those drops in there.
It's by way of the Black Queen.
Mm-hmm.
Queen Mary?
Allow your knowing to connect.
One of Queen Mary's, one of her men.
Mm-hmm. So what happens next?
He comes home and he's sick. And then we all get sick.
Mm-hmm. So I'd like for you to feel the body and tell me what the body feels like with this sickness.
Respiratory, burns down the throat.
Mm-hmm.
Digestive, works its way through the glands. There's diarrhea.
Mm-hmm.
And food, when we try to eat food, we vomit.
Mm-hmm.
There's
So
fever.
there's fever too. So I'd like for you to see yourself on the last day of your life in that lifetime. Look at your surroundings. Look and see who's with you.
Family's dead.
Mm-hmm.
I'm laying in a, looks like a single bed in a greenish room.
Mm-hmm. Are you by yourself?
Yeah.
Look at your skin.
It's green.
Mm-hmm.
I have a basin next to my bed, and the bed is soiled. I can't control my body functions.
Mm-hmm. And as you begin to lose consciousness there, begin to seep into the moment of death. I want you to tell me what it is that you're thinking, what's going through your mind.
I see the light.
Mm-hmm. What do you tell yourself?
I tell myself to follow the light, to go in,
Mm-hmm.
to go into it. There family waiting, and there's many people who have perished
Mm-hmm.
from the Titanic. My husband played a role in the demise of the Titanic.
Mm-hmm.
It was planned. There are people on the Titanic that needed to die. Most of them did.
How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel disgusted with him.
Mm-hmm. Look at his eyes. The eyes are the window to the soul. Do you recognize these eyes?
Yes,
Mm-hmm. What do you tell him?
I forgave him already.
Mm-hmm.
He cannot hurt me anymore. Nothing from the dark can hurt me anymore.
Mm-hmm. So why is it that Donna is bringing with her these stomach issues? What does she need to remember?
I'm not quite sure if the stomach issues, they might come from John.
Mm-hmm.
They might have been implanted.
Mm-hmm. Take a look at the skin of Donna. Does this have anything to do with that poison?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So take a look at Donna's skin. What is happening to her skin? What is erupting through it?
Rashes,
Mm-hmm.
burns, strips of skin coming off.
Mm-hmm. Are these Donna's skin, or does this belong to the woman who died of the poison?
It belongs to Betsy.
Mm-hmm. Do we need to continue to be connected to Betsy Now that we understand that this was all forgiven,
Betsy, do I need to be connected to you anymore?
ask her what she needs.
What do you need, Betsy? She says she needs me.
Mm-hmm.
Betsy has been with Donna through all of the challenges.
Mm-hmm.
Betsy has helped Donna with all the challenges and given protection. But Betsy,
Mm-hmm.
we can still be attached but be detached. We can still be in a place of love and forgiveness and not be corded that way.
See how it is that she's corded. See how thick the cord is.
About the size of a dime.
All right. So I'd like for you, before you split the cord, to give Betsy a gift. And I'd like for you to send through that cord that energetic healing.
I'm sending Betsy white diamond light,
Beautiful.
pink light, emerald green light.
And notice how that's affecting her.
Golden light, glit. A halo of light. Yes, she likes that.
Beautiful. Are you ready now to split the cord?
Betsy, we can split the cord now. You'll still be in my heart. Okay, she's ready.
Beautiful. So split that cord with love. And allow Betsy to drift off in her bubble of light.
It's okay, Betsy. Go on. Go home.
Tell me what happens.
She's there.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
Family is meeting her. She has a pink aura around her with gold glitter.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
And white glitter.
And now I'd like for you to just focus your attention on your own body. And now that we've had Betsy affecting your skin for a long time, it has memory. And I'd like for you to do the same thing to your own skin and begin to send that loving light to this very large organ in your body. Allow the skin to accept your love.
I am allowing it to accept
Mm-hmm.
love. Mm. Mm.
How does that feel?
And an emerald green healing light
Beautiful.
throughout all areas that need it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Your ears, your scalp, your shoulders, your arms.
My legs,
Mm-hmm.
my back.
Allow that green to be like cool aloe, soothing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
soothing and transforming all of the cells with love.
Using light to clean each cell.
Mhm. And as you do, you could almost imagine them smiling at you as they receive that beautiful gift.
We are complete with that.
Wonderful, wonderful. And now that your body is feeling that wonderful feeling of love all around it, I'd like for you to focus your attention on your vision. And I'd like for you to go ahead and be in the moment, dropping down even deeper to see that white veil going over your eyes now. Seeing that white strobe on the left side begin to intensify. And I'd like for you to follow that strobe to see what's causing this white veil over your eyes. What do you sense first? What is that? Feel it.
It's Jesus.
Mm-hmm. Tell me more.
He shows himself that way to get my attention and give me information.
Wonderful. What information does Jesus need to give Donna today?
She is on the right path.
Mm-hmm.
We still have some work to do with her connecting to others, but she has been through a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So we do this in small loads. We call them loads. Some of you call them upgrades
Mm-hmm.
or downloads.
What's contained in those loads for her?
Well, that's the mystery. Magical mystery tour. Yeah. Councils. Her solar guide. Higher self.
Mm-hmm.
Federation of light.
All right. So I'd like for you to take a deep breath in and drop deeper. Drop deeper now. Down, 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 deeper. That's it. Connecting with the information now, allowing it to flow much smoother. Deeper.
It is like bolts of electricity,
Mm-hmm.
static, sometimes throws her around. It is like bolts of lightning.
Mm-hmm. What's contained within these bolts of lightning?
Information, caveats,
Mm-hmm.
Details, visions. A dial. Each has compartments that go up like the gold threads in the earth.
Mm-hmm.
There are these gold hexagon or honeycomb shapes that go up. Each compartment has information of codes. She's been working on these codes for many, many years. Noticeable more so when she was 30 years of age. She goes to the hall, she types in and constructs codes, she aligns, she distributes. She taps into other sources, she delivers her code to other sources, she goes through portals, through other dimensions. She goes through other galaxies. She works with Commander Ashtar and the fleets. She helps orchestrate with Santoria and Blueprint, and again, the fleets where they are positioned over the Northern Hemisphere. She has maps of this. She also has maps of where they are stationed in the South Poles, in Peru, in parts of Arizona, Mojave Desert, a great concentration of Mojave. Now passing over Colorado. Colorado needs much, much light. People can direct light to those areas. California can use much light. Washington State. But most of the northern hemispheres are covered with the fleets of Ashtar and other galactic beings coming in. They are ready for shift. They are ready for those that are doing the global meditations to vibrate higher. You can tap into your frequencies by just saying, go higher, go higher, go to higher frequency, energize, amplify, amplify to infinity, God source.
Would you please repeat that as her amplification cut out her microphone?
Oh.
Go ahead and say the command again.
The command is for the global unifiers to shift the light, to continue with your mass global activations, to ask to go higher in frequency, to higher dimension, to amplify to infinity source. This act with the fleet that's already surrounding.
Those that are doing this amplification of their light, are they part of these fleets?
Yes, they are.
How many are here on Earth now at this time to amplify the energy and raise the frequency?
$3,000.
And these 3,000, do they know that this is their mission?
Not all of them. This event will open up each as they're supposed to open. Again, with the Rainbow Warriors, the ones that are amplified and of knowing will help the ones that are just opening up to no pun intended, to climb that Machu Picchu.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Very good. Very good. And what was Donna's mission in going with the Rainbow Warriors?
To take her out of her element, to actually scare her a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
to make her merge with other beings that are on the same mission, and to vibrate Gaia,
Mm-hmm.
to contact and vibrate with Kalima,
Mm-hmm.
the temples, the ground, and wherever she went, she sprinkled code.
Wonderful. What is she supposed to be doing going forward now that she understands that this is her mission, to sprinkle the code wherever she goes?
Oh, she's probably not going to like this, but we are going to put her on a plane again.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't like to steal birds. But she is going to have to travel. You all are going to have to travel.
Mm-hmm. Can you tell me more
You're,
about that?
you're going to have to amplify all of the portals.
Tell me more about that, please.
We cannot tell you all of that because it needs to unfold with each activation or load that is put into these sacred spots.
Okay.
But you will find out as it happens, because just like each being is a portal that receives the loads that needs to integrate and then test them, is the same thing with the portals.
All right.
So it needs to integrate. The ley lines need to vibrate the frequency, and then we will find out where we go to open the next portals.
Wonderful. Can you tell me a little bit about why it is the sphere of steel birds? Let's take Donna there. Let's take her to that moment in which that fear began. Back in time. Drifting through time and space.
9/11.
Mm-hmm. I want you to be there at that moment.
It's before that too, though.
Mm-hmm. I want you to go to that moment where that vow was made, that fear was created.
Oh, I see her traveling in a solo warcraft.
Mm-hmm. What year is that?
It's, I think this is before Earth.
Mm-hmm.
I believe she crashed.
Mm-hmm. What happened?
Dust storm.
Mm-hmm.
Dust storm. Quite a few of the lieutenants or gladiators, if you want to call them that, had issue with sandstorms and not being able to see and tears in the aircraft. The aircraft is made out of a metallic fiber, skin-like, stronger than human skin, more of a wave of skin and metallic.
Mm-hmm.
And they could rip easily if slammed against a jagged rock.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what happened. So she was a he,
Mm-hmm.
and he suffocated.
So as she sees another airplane now, what happens?
She's all right with them. She just doesn't gravitate to climb on board.
Mm-hmm. So go to the moment in which this gladiator was dying and suffocating. I want you to just be in that moment. What are the things that are going on in the mind? What is being said?
Uh-oh.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to figure out how to retrieve oxygen or simulation of oxygen.
Mm-hmm.
Don't think it was oxygen. I think she's getting nitrogen, but it's not that either.
Mm-hmm.
But the air surface is not pure. So in the final moments, she is just kind of choking, more choking,
Mm-hmm.
more choking, and drifting off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Take a look at that body now. Watch it as it loses its last breath. What are the thoughts going through your mind, your soul's mind, your consciousness as you watch this?
Look.
Mm-hmm. Can you forgive yourself for holding on to this for so long?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So I'd like for you now to just allow that soul to be liberated in a good way. Send that soul love. Ease the transition.
Sending it love
Mm-hmm.
and light.
And ask the soul, is there anything else that you can help it with in order for it to not have this fear any longer?
Sending it white diamond lighting.
Mm-hmm.
Making it grow lighter and brighter. Do you need anything else? He says no.
Very good.
He is feeling fine with that.
Wonderful. So now that he is feeling fine with that, I'd like for you to just allow yourself to feel that feeling of freedom, of not having that need of looking back at that lifetime any longer, that fear of losing your craft. Just ease into that relaxation. And I'd like for you to go ahead and see yourself now stepping in to an airplane with that new feeling of ease, of adventure, of
Yes.
knowing that wherever it is that this steel bird takes you now will be on a mission of love for others and for Gaia.
Yes, and we will be protected.
Beautiful. Beautiful. So I'd like for you to disconnect now from that lifetime. See if there's anything connecting you now to that man.
No.
Good. Very good. So let's disconnect that now. And as we do, we're going to begin floating through time and space once again. And we're going to experience that experience of losing depth perception, feeling that feeling, holographic dimensional changes. You could be walking or driving, and I want you to begin to feel that. Tell me what's happening.
I'm an orb, and I am floating through a pyramid.
Mm-hmm.
The pyramid is dimensional. It goes down to the earth.
What is it that you do in this pyramid?
I tinker.
Mm-hmm.
I apply codes. I apply light. I touch the walls of the interior of it, and I add information. And there's a shield that I have that has hieroglyphs.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had this shield before in the gathering. Oh, and it's got some power. And there's it can light through these tunnels. There's tunnels.
Mm-hmm. Keep going. Let's see what's in these tunnels.
Again, they're like earth ley lines that go under the earth. These were built a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Atlantis. They connect to other towers or pyramids or structures that are similar to that. There are great, it's almost like a vault. There are crystal eggs, radiate gold, white glitter, diamond effervescent throughout, kind of like, they look like little fairies that surround it. I can go in with my shield, and different areas of the shield will open up kind of like compartments.
Mm-hmm.
And there are, it's code, but it looks like coils, waves, a series of dots, bridges, arcs that go into the base of this egg, and it lights up the room.
And what is your role?
I am a coder.
Mm-hmm.
I am trying to see if I am Egyptian. No, I am not. I just facilitate. Although I do have lifetime as Egyptians in a different timeline.
Mm-hmm.
There's a few timelines here.
All right. So I'd like for you to identify, split them up. Go down the most important one right now for the lifetime of Donna.
Osiris.
Mm-hmm. Tell me more about Osiris.
He makes Donna laugh because he's kind of like a dog with a human body. He's a magical, mystical being. Let's see, she didn't know very much about him before.
What is her role with Osiris?
It all has to do with coding.
Mm-hmm.
And the lineage of coding. The Ankh, the key.
Mm-hmm. Tell me more. What is her role with the Ankh? What's that code?
The physical code?
Mm-hmm. What is the coding? What does she have to do with this coding of the Ankh?
Oh. The coding of the Ankh is it's an arc that goes over the brow.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a human being in the flesh. It's an arc that goes over the brow, over the third eye.
Mm-hmm.
The Ankh itself goes over the nose because it is served through the nose. So the vertical goes down the center of the nose, and the cross goes across the eyebrow.
Mm-hmm.
The Ankh is the womb of water of life, and the code goes in through that area.
Mm-hmm.
Underneath the hollow of the neck, there is a arc that goes in the other direction, like a smile.
Mm-hmm.
And then there are, if you go up to the left eye, underneath the left eye, there are 3 dots. If you go over to the right eye, under that eye, on the bone, there are another 3 dots. And that is the code.
Is it a different code each time?
It can be.
Mm-hmm. In this particular moment in which we're seeing this code, what is this code all about?
That's the code of life.
Mm-hmm.
And of seeing.
Mm-hmm.
Absorbing through the eye. Absorbing through the third eye. Absorbing through the system.
Mm-hmm. Does Donna carry this code?
Yes, she does.
Mm-hmm. As she travels through life, what does this code help her do?
It helps her open the pyramids, the dimensions, the holographic dimensions, the tunnels, the you want to call them.
Can you repeat that one?
The tunnel to the tombs, as we call them.
Okay.
The sacred tombs that can be opened with this code.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Is this why sometimes she feels that dimensional change? that
Yes.
shift. Okay, so what is happening at that moment when the depth perception is happening?
When she's driving, she feels like she's going through albums of clear glass. Uh, the trees, the branches jump out, the shadows jump off the road, off the ground. It's like she's driving through albums. It's very vivid in color. The curb thing is a challenge for her because and steps. So this was a problem in Peru with the inclines and the cobblestones. The trying to find where to land the feet because oftentimes she is above the body. And Machu Picchu was very difficult for her. She could not see where the steps were, and relied on Gaia to get her up the steps. And Gaia was very good with her, and Donna did her work, and codes were released, and love was stimulated and amplified. But yeah, see that it's like she's going through albums of glass panes is the best way to describe it. She can also bridge over and go to very high dimensions, very high. She likes because it's the Soma Bliss, the love zone.
Which one is that?
The 17th dimension.
Okay. Thank you. So is there anything that she could do in the future so that when she is walking, she doesn't go through these glass panes?
Well, the glass panes have a lot to do with Neptune. And in the last session she had Neptune. So it's more or less a dimensional depth perception.
All right.
But every now and then she does get the glass panes.
All right. Very good. Very good. So is there anything in particular that Donna needed to know today in this session?
I guess she wants to know about the white veils that come over the eyes.
All right. Now, when she saw the pulsing, she saw Jesus.
Yes.
Can you show her what that veil is made out of? I want you to go deeper and deeper. And focus on the veil. See what those veils are made out of over the eyes. Focus in on it. What's this veil made out of?
She sees them as when she gets overstimulated or she's ladling a bridge, ladling being midway or crossing over bridges to say 5D. She will get these. And they are because, first of all, she has a lot of beings working with her, high archangels that can breeze, and they are doing work with her. and sometimes it can be too much.
Mm-hmm.
Jophiel does a lot of creating with Donna, and sometimes that creating will white out, and it's especially bad when she's at work and because she has to do reports, and that whiting or the blurring of the vision does not help in that at all.
Mm-hmm.
So Jophiel will go in and actually edit the copy. So she does have a lot of help with the creation process, and the dial, it gets pretty busy on the circuit, and she kind of whites out.
All right. So she's actually causing that herself.
No.
No?
It's just that if you want to call it a superhighway, it's a superhighway.
All right. So it gets very busy.
Yeah, it gets busy.
All right. All right. So what advice do you give Donna about this?
Boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
We have given her symbols. So she knows she knows who's coming in. She knows the questions to ask. But she really, I guess, so right here and now we will establish boundaries for access to the Donna. I know when Archangel Michael comes in, Raphael comes in with him.
Mm-hmm.
And that is all right.
Why do they pair up to come help her?
During the challenges and the removal of dark energies and demons in 2017, 2018, they were paired up along with Yeshua to, she would take the entities into her body through the Earth Star and bring them up, and Yeshua would would neutralize them, and then Michael would extract, and Raphael would go and add healing to any areas that were being afflicted because cancers were being added.
Mm-hmm. How is her body looking now?
Oh, she looks pretty good.
Good.
She gets cleaned up every morning. So
who's working with her today during this session?
Right now I have Jophiel.
Okay. Does Jophiel have a message for Donna today?
Well, Donna has a lot of work to do, and so we try not to give her any more than she needs, but it just seems like the loads come in pretty fast. I am helping her to illustrate diagrams for an oracle deck, and this has taken about 3 years to do this, and we have to go and finish up completing the portals that will open, so this will not be completed for a while.
Very good.
But she could use some boundaries because she gets a lot of information from Archangel Michael.
Mm-hmm.
and the Council, Federation of Light, every now and then.
Very good, thank you. Now, during this time that this is being recorded, there is something similar to what Donna experienced in that lifetime with Betsy. There is a virus going on, which is
Yes.
keeping people. Do you have any insight on that?
It was developed and planned.
Does she have anything to do with the codes to help eliminate this virus?
No.
Okay.
She does not like to go into this. She's lived it for several years now.
Mm-hmm.
But there is a cleaning of the planet and a cleaning of organized crime, if you want to call it that.
Mm-hmm.
This was developed by negative AI. It is to purge the population. It is to place fear, implant fear.
Mm-hmm.
It is to enslave. It is, and she does not like this term, she does not like Hunger Games, she does not like Thunderdome. This is all being orchestrated by Source, Divine Source, and Gaia. It just needs to play out the way it needs to play out. Codes are placed as they need to be placed, and the light is sent up in code for the shift. But there are properties that are in place that will rescue everyone.
Wonderful. Now, she tells me that she spends a lot of time in the garden with the earth.
Yes.
Is she planting codes when
Always.
she plants her garden?
Always planting codes.
Mm-hmm.
There's always a crystal grid somewhere out in that garden. Crystal grids.
How does that garden affect the rest of Gaia? Is it connected?
It's connected to the root system.
Mm-hmm.
There is a system behind her house that she has been working with One and Gaia, and some others with Santoria, and I think the mothers.
Mm-hmm.
And those are the Sisters of the Rose. That is the Rose line. The Holy Grail.
Mm-hmm.
This is going through the root system. It is traveling all through the root system, all over the continents.
Beautiful.
Underground, over to the other continents. Tapping in, coding. And that is why when these areas establish the light code,
Mm-hmm.
these will open up and you will know where to travel to.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Do you have any other information for Donna today?
Be strong. Be strong, and you can have boundaries. You can You can tell Yeshua would go easy with you at night. The thing is, with Yeshua and Jesus, he's talking to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So it's confusing to her because she feels all the conversations.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of spiraling, and she calls it chatter. It's not really chatter, but it's a frequency. And she feels all of this going on around her. But she can turn that off, just like she told one of the other Rainbow Warriors to establish borders and when the angels can converse with her.
Mm-hmm.
So she can have a space of the night that she can have for rest time, but she will still travel because that's her gig. And the part with Gaia is she is on of another source too. She is working with Gaia.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all about boundaries, and especially for your warriors, your rainbow warriors, they can establish these boundaries too. And we will respect them because it is part of spiritual law.
Wonderful. So when you feel that you've had too much, you can close down the conversation.
Right.
Wonderful.
Or different compartments, because you are all working from different compartments.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Each one has a different job to do, different mission.
A different mission, but similar. It's just you're on different levels.
Okay. Very
different
good.
levels, yeah.
Is there a message from Jeshua or any others for the Rainbow Warriors?
And I like the fact that you all connect through a WhatsApp and share messages and laugh and giggle and have meditations and reach out to one another and know that there isn't any one person that's better than another. If you have feet on the ground, you're not enlightened. But you may have tap into other dimensions where you get information. And no one should feel slighted. You should all feel love. As I place my halo of love around all of you, share the love, feel the love, and share your recipes and laugh and giggle. And know that you are on the greatest adventure of all time.
Wonderful.
And you are all doing a good job. You are doing a great job, Alba, bringing all these people together. You and Antonio, the papa, the mama.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Is there anything else for Donna? Are we complete today?
No, we are complete. She knows.
Wonderful.
She knows.
Wonderful. 5, wide awake, completely alert, feeling wonderful all over.
Wow. I've got heat shooting from my hands and feet.
Wow.
You know what? I need my shungite.
Wow. You did good. Amazing.
Man, that was a magical mystery tour, wasn't it?
It was. Wow, you went everywhere.
That's how I feel. All over the place.
You did well. Did you feel like it was long or short? What do you think?
Well, usually they're 2 hours.
Yeah, but what do you think? How did it feel to you?
Still daylight out, so I'm thinking maybe an hour and a half.
Yeah, it's an hour and a half. Yeah.
Okay.
You did well. You did really well.
They gave me that.
Yeah, I figured. I figured.
Oh man, I'm hot.
So,
So the codes shield. I saw that shield at the gathering, but I look like just like a
little orb,
little thing.
little orb, or little person, or
You know what? I just saw the shield. Really, that was wild.
for some
I got to
reason, just in my
I've got to
mind,
draw it.
I saw the little guy in the Flintstones, the one that used to. Do you remember that little guy? He used to fly around. Oh, I can't think of who he
George
was.
Jetson?
No, no, no. It
Oh,
was a
no,
little
I
guy.
don't.
Yeah, I just saw that in my mind. This little guy. It was
But yeah,
wild. Does it
that
make
was
sense?
wild. You know, it does because I'm always asking, what the heck am I doing? Because when people say, well, exactly what do you do? I said, I do some remote healings and I throw it here and I throw it there, but I never understand how I could do that.
Well, the description of the Ankh was really interesting. And
Yeah.
I need to share something with you.
Ah, the blue dog.
There you go.
I was also the green one too.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
yeah, when you were saying that, it was like, oh, yep, he's right back there. Amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't know very much about him or Horus. I don't.
Well, it seems
I'm still learning about all of these players that
that you work
I
with.
that I'm bound with. They're all bound in a crystal.
Mm.
I didn't understand why I was doing that, but
Wow. So, is this something you want to share with others? You want to keep
well,
private?
my warriors are waiting. I've already shared some of it on there, but it's good to have the validation and yeah, they'll want to know about the magical mystery tour.
You want to share it with others? Do you think that this is going to
Sure.
help others? I don't think there was anything really personal in there.
There wasn't anything personal in it
Mm-mm.
because I did like like Joshua said, we clean her up in the morning. So whatever I do as far as eating sugar and that's all cleaned up.
Mm. Wonderful. Wonderful.
And
And
next I
the
go
description
ahead.
about what you do with your garden was pretty interesting too.
Lots of crystals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, crystals and ceremonies and well, the ceremonies have. I'm not requested to smack the ground anymore, but I'll tell you what. It was when it was freezing cold out. They had me out there, and the amazing part of that is when I was in that cone doing that work, I was. And as
You were
soon
what?
as I was
Ah,
heated up, and then when I was done, it freezing.
cold. Wow.
Yeah,
Well, that's what the hands, why you felt that heat coming out.
yeah.
Amazing.
So
Wow. Well, you did really well. And yeah, it was fantastic. It really was. So tell everybody where you're from.
I'm from Raleigh, North,
Raleigh,
and I
North
am.
Carolina. Hmm.
I'm part of the Warriors, the Rainbow Warriors of Peru, and yeah, I'm looking forward to other gatherings, and the experience was great, and Alba's really good at doing this.
Thank you.
I like how you take me down the path, and I like the one that I did on online too. That was nice too.
Hmm.
But I was told I went in the wrong door. I should have gone in the yellow door instead. I always choose purple. They're like, oh, you're in the wrong door.
That's okay. That's okay. So, do you offer any services for people? Do you do anything for other people or not?
I do remote healings.
Mm-hmm.
I do uh, remote Reiki and Seraphim Blueprint. I do raw Reiki, and I don't really do one-on-ones too much yet. And I also can entities.
You can extract entities. Is there a way that people can get a hold of you if they wanted to connect?
Yeah, they could. I have a website. It's not fully. It's got a, but it's called Doven, DOVEN 1.com.
The number one.
Yes, the number
Devin
one.
one. Okay. Because when people see this, they'll be wanting to get a hold of you.
Yeah, it's as in dove.
Dove N.
Dove.
DOVEN 1.
Yes.
Perfect.
And that's it. And I make all kinds of little tchotchkes too. So little crystal. I have a crystal farm in my other room.
Wonderful.
And so yeah, I do. I have done exorcisms. But any kind of like getting rid of worm balls and stuff like that, I can do that too.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much, Donna, for giving that information out. And I hope everybody who's watching this enjoyed this. And until the next time, thank you for watching.
Right. We'll see you at another gathering.
Okay. Bye.
Bye-bye.